This video is brought to you by OneFootball, the one and only place to get all your football news. Hey guys, it's GameFace here, and welcome back to episode 33 of my Manchester City career mode. Now in today's episode we got plenty of games to get through. We're also in the January transfer window as well, so we've got that to kind of contend with as well. But we do have ourselves a first game against Stoke City to play at home. That's in the league. I might actually sim that opening game, to be totally honest, because we've got Morecambe to play in the Cup, in the FA Cup, which we're going to play that match. I do quite enjoy playing some of the lesser teams in the Cup. We're also going to play against Leeds as well. That's an away game. Maybe have time to play the next Manchester derby as well. Obviously played one in the last episode, as you can see, getting ourselves a 2-0 win there, and hopefully we can do the same if it is this episode that we have the game. We might not get to it, to be honest. It might be at the start of next episode. It depends on the amount of transfer activity we have to deal with. Before we get into things though, if we could try and hit 75 likes on today's episode, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well down below, and that would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much if you do go ahead and do that. Let me know in the comments section below if you've hit the bell button as well, and also don't forget to leave your comment of the day using the hashtag comment of the day to make it into next episode of the Man.City career mode. And let's get into today's episode. This is a bid that we've received in between episodes, and I'm sitting to this next game. We've got Bayern Munich putting in a bid there for Gundogan, £42.3 million. He hasn't actually played that much for us, to be honest. So we're going to still reject it. We're going to reject it basically because I want to try and keep him still. He's a good player to have in the team. We're currently in a position where we're trying to bring in new centre midfielders, and I don't want to kind of get rid of them all at once. So yeah, Torre and Fernandinho potentially leaving us, but I don't want to kind of get rid of everyone all at once. So we'll now go on to the game against Stoke City. This is the team I'm going to go with, I think. We're going to sim the game with this side. It's quite a strong team. We do also have a game against Morecambe, like I mentioned before, to play. But that is the team I'm going to go with. You know, there's plenty of changes there, but it's still a strong enough side to hopefully beat Stoke City. Let's see how we get on. Can we get ourselves a victory? Let's wait and find out. They're playing 5 at the back in this game, so we'll hopefully be able to break them down with our 3 forwards. Let's skip the match. We win the game 4-0. No injuries. That's the most important thing. Gundogan gets 2 goals as well, and Sterling and Aguero getting the others. Okay, another transfer offer in here is for Lucas Hernandez from Swansea City. 26.6. I didn't realise he was worth that much. Wow, okay. It's a decent offer. I'm going to reject it, but it's a decent offer. Swansea coming in with a big bid there for an 80 overall player. I was not anticipating that sort of amount. I like him. I want to use him a little bit more often. He's a good left-footed centre-back to have. I've been impressed with him, so he's going to stay. There certainly could be some transfers, though, in today's episode. I've written down a few that if we get bids in for certain players, we could let them leave, and that kind of depends on the bids we get in. Certainly not not allowing Leroy Sané to leave. Dortmund with a laughable amount, really. It's £61 million. Terrible amount, no chance whatsoever. We're going to reject it, and definitely not going to happen. Also, Coyote has been approached here. I wanted to let you know that he is running out of contract. Watford have approached him with a pre-contract agreement. As you know, this means the decision rests with him, and he could simply decide to join Watford. If you want to keep him in your squad, renew his contract. We're not going to keep him. He's going to leave at the end of the season when his contract expires, and we'll allow that to happen. Also, take a look at centre-backs in today's episode as well. Otamendi could leave us, potentially. So I was looking at De Ligt, 6'2", obviously great potential. At the moment, you know, not fantastic in terms of stats. Got a good few stats here and there. Shot power is his best stats, and when that's the case for a centre-back, you maybe have to question him a little bit. So not going to rush into that. Also looking at Christensen, obviously much more talented, but 3 years older. He's much more talented now, I should say. 6'2", 84 overall, much more expensive on top of that as well, but clearly does have the key sort of stats you're after for your centre-back. So he's certainly a player that I'm monitoring, and if we could get rid of Otamendi, then he might well be his replacement, to be honest. Okay, so this game now against Morecambe. It's a cup game for us to play. It's a week until our next match against Leeds, so there is plenty of time, and that allows us to go with a slightly stronger attack than maybe you'd expect. Murick's going to start in goal, obviously heavily changed, particularly in defence. Maffeo at right back, Humphries, Grant and Toss in there as our 2 centre-backs. At left back, we've got Fabian Delph. And we've also in front of like Torre, Seri and Diaz. So a fairly strong midfield with a very strong attack. Gabriel Jesus, Sané and Mbappe starts. So plenty of time for those guys to recover, but it has been changed obviously in defence in particular. This match I've gone with as well. Mendy, Stones, Davenport, Silva, Foden, Zinchenko and Collins all starting on the bench for us in this game. So we'll see how we get on with that. Hoping that we can get some of those youngsters on the pitch at some point. Of course, we need to make sure we don't slip up in this game. It's quite easy to do that given the team that we've put out. Obviously many rotations there, but certainly our attack should be good enough to get us through this game. Okay, there we go for this game against Morecambe. We are at their ground for this match, so we'll wait and see how we get on in this game. Plenty of changes, as you've seen, but I'm still hoping that we put in a good performance. Don't want to be complacent against this team, but it is good for some of our players to get a bit of a rest in this fixture. Hopefully not at the expense of us going out of the cup. Jesus now out to Mbappe. It's a good chance. Mbappe going to shoot for a tight angle. Saved by the keeper. Sané follows up. Saved again. Double save and out for a corner inside 10 minutes there. The goalkeeper, who looks like he's on the older side. Let's put it that way. He's also their captain as well. But he has made 2 good saves there, to be fair. And we've got a corner to put into the box here. Fabien Delph to deliver. Cleared away straight away. What a pass in behind the fullback. Mbappe again shooting for a tight angle. So close. Just couldn't quite do it. It was such a tight angle. I didn't even expect it to be that close, to be honest. But that is a really good opportunity. Just not quite able to find that post and in. Just wide in the end. Very close to Mbappe, looking good on the right-hand side. Good turn. Campbell now through. Oh, put wide. So close. If they'd taken the lead there, that would have been very undeserved. They've not had that many chances. They've been in a half, fair play to them. They've had opportunities. They've been around the box, but nothing massively clear. We've certainly looked better over the 2 teams so far, but that was a good opportunity. Just didn't quite have the quality in the finish. Jesus through to Leroy Sané again, looking a threat. Sané! Oh, this time we've scored 25 minutes in. Leroy Sané has done it. It's 1-0, and I'm going to celebrate it a little bit more than usual, just because it's these sort of games where you can slip up with a changed team. Obviously, our front 3 isn't particularly changed, but everywhere else is fairly changed. So I always want to make sure we get a goal in the first half, just to kind of settle us a little bit and make sure that we don't have some sort of cup upset here. It's a good finish from Sané, and our wingers have been causing them havoc, really, in the opening stages of this game. Both wingers have been having multiple chances, and this time we've scored through Leroy Sané. So it's good to see we're winning the game 1-0, and we've taken the lead before half-time. Jesus firing it out to Mbappe. Now a chance to hit on the break here from their corner. Mbappe's got the pace. Does he have the finish? Nearly saved by the keeper. Sané will follow up and go for a cross back to Mbappe, who's going to head back across and headed away by the defence. And Morecambe a little bit frantic there. I mean, a bizarre kick. Don't know why he'd suddenly do that. He had plenty of time to take the ball to the pitch if he wanted to. Bizarre defending there, but we're still putting them under plenty of pressure. Diaz getting on the ball a little bit, but losing it there. Oh, what a pass through. Jesus going to try and turn. He still has it. Jesus has to score when he does. It's 2-0. We've doubled that lead just 10 minutes after the first. It's great to see we've got a second goal. Jesus hasn't really done too much to us in the opening stages of this game. But to be fair there, he does a good job. He's obviously set up a couple of chances and has had a couple of opportunities, but nothing major. Certainly not as good as our wingers so far. But he has chipped in with a goal there and done a good job with the finish on his left foot. Winning the game 2-0 now. Good to see us again take the advantage even further. Good chance for the response here from Morecambe, and again, they've responded, and again, saved though by Muric, our young goalkeeper, who's doing a good job at the moment so far. I needed to give him a bit more experience. I think Joe Hart could be leaving us at some point in the near future, maybe at the end of the season, maybe in this window, so we've got to try and make sure we have other backup keepers just in case. Now an opportunity again for Morecambe to deliver another corner this time. We should clear, and we have done very well. Good chance, Diaz. Oh, what a finish from the youngster. It's 3-0. Diaz scores 2 minutes before half-time, and we've added the third to the scoreline. What a finish. Really, really good strike from range. Very happy to see that one fly in. And it's Diaz who gets the goal. Leroy Sané tries to bring it forward initially, just loses it. Jesus then plays it on to Diaz, who smashes it perfectly into the back of the net. Great bit of curl on it as well. Curl away from the keeper there. It's a great finish from the youngster, winning the game 3-0. City bring the ball forward here. Now going to try and pick out Gabriel Jesus. Could this be a fourth to kill off the game? It is. That's it. Game over. The match is finished, and it's only just gone half-time. It's 4-0. Jesus with the second of the game. That is it. We're through to the next round now against Morecambe. We'll make some changes at half-time as well, but that is it. No response now. No return for Morecambe. That's it. Dead and buried, and the game should be over here. Gabriel Jesus scoring past the keeper, who could maybe do a little bit better, but like I said before, he looks like he's knocking on a little bit, so his reflexes maybe not quite as good as they once were. Half-time, still in the game 4-0. Let's make some changes now. Bring on some more youngsters, take off some of our more sort of important players. All 3 changes here, Zinchenko, Foden and Davenport all squad. We're going to take off City, Leroy Sané and Mbappe, so obviously bringing on our 3 main youngsters that we had on the bench. Obviously Collins doesn't quite get on in this game. Jesus on the right-hand side, Diaz going to go play up front. I think he's capable of doing that for us. I suppose I'll wait and find out in the remaining 45 minutes of this game. Oh, what a ball into the back post. Morecambe with a chance. It's gone in. They've pulled one back. It's 4-1. Muric should do it a little bit better, I think. But it's a great start to the second half, and the comeback could be on. Inside 3 minutes, they've pulled one back. It's a great cross. We should do better to prevent that cross. No one marks at the back post. No idea where our right back even is, to be honest. And Muric, the goalkeeper, should do better. Got to get a stronger left hand to it. Should parry us away, and instead it's gone in the back of his nets. And it's 4-1. Suddenly, this game has maybe turned a little bit. Obviously, it's very early on still, but they have got one back, and it's very soon after we started the second half. Yaya looks to try and get past the centre-back who dives in. Yaya Toure looks to respond, and he has done to fifth. And restored our full goal advantage straight from kick-off. Yaya Toure with a brilliant run, rolling back the years a little bit there, getting past the defender who does lunge in and kind of gets completely lost, to be honest, by Yaya Toure, who just gallops past him brilliantly. You can see that from him, skips past him, and then gets the finesse perfectly right. 5-1 now, and that should be definitely the game over here. Diaz from range. Oh, another good strike from the youngster, this time saved by the keeper. Didn't quite get the height on it this time around, but out for a corner. 25 minutes left of this game, looking to still add to the scoreline, maybe try and get a sixth here. Delph to cross it in. Yaya Toure gets on the end of it, and Jesus still going for it. He swung and he missed it. The defender, I think, put him off balance a little bit. Chance here again on the counter-attack from Morecambe. Having a few opportunities here, but again, the finish not quite there. Murik saves much more comfortably. That's it. Game over. It's finished. And we have won the game very, very comfortably at the end against Morecambe. 5-1 victory, very happy to see that happen. Obviously, we were looking always to try and get as many goals as possible, but well, very happy to get 5. A 4-goal advantage in the end. Morecambe, to be fair, had a couple of chances. If they were a better finishing side, if they had more quality going forward, then they probably would have got maybe 2 or possibly even 3 goals maybe, but they certainly had some good opportunities. 8 shots, 5 on targets, very, very good for what is a League 2 team, I think, maybe League 1, but certainly a very good performance. Now, we had 16 shots, 11 on target, I think, which was pretty good as well, but yeah, good to see us go through into the next round with a changed team. Another transfer offer in here for Gundogan, this time from Barcelona, £43.7 million. No interest in selling him, so I don't really know what's with all these offers that we're getting in. Not really much of an improvement on the Bayern Munich offer that we had not so long back. But good news, we've got the Manager Award, which is fantastic news for us. Manager of the Year? Wait, now? The Manager of the... Okay, we'll take Manager of the Year. I didn't realise they did this award, to be honest, but we'll take it. Manager of the Year. I'll happily have that, thank you. I assume, obviously, with it being in January, I thought this was something to do at the end of the season, but clearly not. It must be calendar year as opposed to, obviously, the football year. So, very happy to see us get Manager of the Year, and prize money, 76 grand. So, yeah, not much, but we'll take it again, and there's something to add to the budget. With the Ballon d'Ors being announced as well, and was it Lewandowski that got the Ballon d'Or? I think it must have been Lewandowski. Yeah, it is. Lewandowski's got the Ballon d'Or award. Little bit different. Wasn't really expecting it to be him, but I was expecting maybe a Ronaldo, a Messi, or a Neymar, or someone like that. But no, Lewandowski got it at Bayern Munich. So a bit bizarre, but obviously that's happened. And does that mean that I've got the Manager of the Year award for the whole of the world? Then I assume. Okay, that's actually better than I thought. I thought it was just this league. Okay, I'm pretty happy about that. That's a decent award to get. I've never seen that award before on this career, but I think it's a new thing that they've introduced this year. Curry's leaving, and that means he is going to. Where's he going? Watford. Yeah, okay. He'll leave at the end of the season anyway. We've still got him until then. Okay, on to what will probably be the final game of today's episode, and it's against Leeds. This is the team I'm going to play with. It's quite a strong side for this game. Plenty of rest before the Manchester derby, in which I assume there's some sort of international break in between. Ederson starts in goal. Kyle Walker, Company, Stones and Mendy in defence. We've got Goretzka, Bernardo Silva and Messi in midfield. It's a very strong midfield there. Messi obviously playing centre attack in mid. Sterling, Jesus and Sané as our front three. This is the bench I've gone with. Plenty of good players, plenty of good options as well if we need to change things during this game. Hopefully we don't slip up. Hopefully get ourselves a victory. We beat them quite recently, so hopefully we can do that yet again, as much as obviously I don't want to beat the team that I support. The last time I played them it was 6-2 as well, so quite an interesting scoreline, hoping for something similar yet again. Okay, let's see how we get on. Another away match for us to play here against Leeds. I'm not really too sure what to expect, whether we're going to get a similar sort of game to the last one we played recently, which we won 6-2, whether this was going to be a much more subdued game. I'm not really too sure. It seems like it's a similar sort of team to one they put out last time, and we've obviously got a very strong team ourselves. Ball through here to Leroy Sané, it's in behind Janssen, who can't catch up. Leroy Sané going to shoot for a tight angle, good save by the keeper, and it'll be cleared away. Good chance, really good chance for Trubisky. He's pulled it back, Pablo Hernandez stretching and putting it well wide in the end. A really good opportunity for Leeds actually, and they've started off the game okay actually there. Jesus cutting back inside, now into Sterling. Sterling looking for Messi on his right foot, saved by Riedwald. And it'll be cleared again by the defence. Good bit of play actually there to find a way through their defence. Still looking for the early goal though if we can get it. Messi now going to try, and this time blocked by Janssen. Jesus, it's Raheem Sterling again, takes a touch. Got a shoot. Oh, finally finds the back of the net. Panicked for a second when the touch was so heavy and the shot was so delayed, but Sterling gets it. And we are winning the game 1-0, 30 minutes into this match. I was close to starting Mbappe, but Sterling's not been in the team really that much since Mbappe came in, so I thought it was worth giving him a shot. And he's taken his chance there and obviously got the goal for us early on to take the lead. 15 minutes left of the first half. Messi, Jesus into Bernardo Silva, who still has it here. He's kept himself onside. Gonna shoot again, blocked. Not this time by Ponce Janssen, I think it was Cooper this time. Half-time still won the game 1-0, obviously good to be in front, but still looking to try and push on. Not too happy we haven't got the second goal just yet. Not quite the 6-2 game that we had the last time they played them, a few games ago in fact. Let's see how we get on in the second half, hopefully try and get ourselves a 2-goal advantage, but if not, then we'll have to make changes. Go on, Sterling. Trying his luck to get past the full-back. He has done. Sterling still going. Oh, thought it was going to be an own goal. Really, really close. Ball got put into the middle, and the defender, I think, nearly puts it in his own goal. Ends up going over the bar somehow, and out for yet again another corner. This time going to play short to Sterling. Could pick out Stones, maybe. Obviously not going to be great from this position. Can we try a cross? Probably offside. Yeah, it didn't quite work out, that. Bernardo Silva from range to shoot, or puts it wide. 25 minutes left of the game, still remains 1-0. Let's make some changes. Got to try and double our lead, otherwise Leeds could have one attack and score. All three changes, Sergio Aguero and Mbappe all to come. We're going to take off Bernardo Silva, Messi and Raheem Sterling. That means that Aguero's going to go play as the centre attack in mid, Mbappe on the right hand side. And we'll see if that goes. 25 minutes left to try and double our advantage if we can. Got to try and get ourselves the second goal. And we've got Leeds making a change here, bringing on Grot, I think. So they're going to obviously increase their height going forward. Good chance. Oh, had to be saved by the keeper. Panicked for a second. 15 minutes to go. Leeds' first chance, maybe of the second half, to be honest. They've not had that many at all. It's been all one way. But later on in this game, of course, they're starting to have one or two attacks. This time it's being cleared. Got to try and get out still. Oof, blocked by Company. Mendy's going to have to do something with this now. Still looking for a second goal. It's getting less and less likely, though, as Leeds start to push further forward. Oh, thought he'd done it. Thought Grot had done it there from range. He didn't get close enough to him. Didn't expect him to shoot, and he certainly tried. And luckily, just wide. Mbappe into Jesus. Jesus takes a touch, going to shoot. Oh, saved by the keeper and smacked away by Luke Ayling. He wasn't going to let that one bounce in the box any longer, was he? He wanted to hoof that into the stands. 7 minutes left. Got Leroy Sané to deliver. Could pick Company out. No. Oh, we're not doing particularly well from these corners at the moment. Not looking good at all. Got to try and use them much better. Jesus from a tight angle, maybe cutting inside here, change of mind. Jesus, oh, keeper won't even keep hold of it. Ended up parrying it away and had to be cleared by his defenders. But such a good chance yet again for a second goal. We're into the 90th minute now. Company's just trying to do whatever he can to stop the attack. It's still alive though through Grot. Stones makes an error there with that challenge. Leeds are still on the attack. Mendy looking to get there, still going. Oh, Edison gets there. Stones must clear before the keeper gets up, and he will as well. That was very close. Remains 1-0. That's how it finishes. Not quite the 6-2 thrashing that we had in the game that we played not so long back. We had to cling on in the end, and that was very, very close actually from Leeds. Took us right to the final few seconds of that game. Edison came out to try and defend it, and nearly caused us a bit of an issue there. But remains 1-0, got ourselves the 3 points, had to grind that one out a little bit, even though we shouldn't have done really. We had more chances than them by far. Leeds just won on target, but we're very happy we got ourselves a win anyway. Sometimes you do slip up in those sort of games, so it's good to see us not do that. Transfer in here for Nicolas Otamendi, £17 million from Inter Milan. He's actually one of the players on the list that I have to potentially sell. I'm going to try and get in a bigger centre-back, because at the moment we're not doing particularly well in the air from corners. From actual goal kicks and things, we're actually heading it back pretty well, but from corners I want to try and improve, so I'm looking for a stronger, sort of tall centre-back that's good in the air. Otamendi's 6 foot, so obviously a little bit shorter. £17 million, though. I'd want a little bit more than that. We're going to delegate. Start there for 24, don't sell for less than 20 is what we're going to go with. We'll see what they come back and say with that one into Milan. In the meantime, we'll begin to sort of look a little bit closer at other centre-backs. Although it'll probably be next episode now, to be honest, before we actually bring one through the door. Currently 15 points in front in the league title race at the moment, which is good to see. Plenty of space there for us to hopefully continue to win matches and go on to win it pretty early. So play drills this week, quite a few stats going up, but no changes in overall. Transfer in here for Angelino. It's from Southampton, £2.15 million to purchase him. He has been transfer listed, I think, as well, so it's tempting. I've put in a couple of different players that have been transfer listed now, based on me playing them a few times, seeing exactly what they're like in-game, and I think Angelino's one to be sold, unfortunately. He's only 71 overall, he's 22 years old, and I think any other player would already be out the door, to be honest, based on that. So we're going to try and sell him. His value is much higher than that, well, a little bit higher than that, but I think just because we're trying to make space in the squad, we're going to accept it, allow him to leave. It's obviously a little bit less than I'd want, but we'll take it anyway. And we're also potentially looking at maybe even Gulam leaving as well, so we're going to have to probably sign a new left back if that does happen, but for now we're not going to sign a new one because Angelino is obviously our third left back. We've already got Fabian Delph too as well, so we've got plenty of cover there, hence why he's being sold. And he has been sold as well. It's been agreed straight away. £1.7 million added onto our budget. He leaves basically immediately. We've got a scout report back on Diop. Can't remember what position he is. Centre back. 79 overall, but he's 6'4". That's why I was taking a look at him. Could be a really good option for us. A little bit of a younger player, not quite obviously to the standard of Otamendi, but certainly in a season or two you'd expect him to be there. So another player that I'm taking a look at this time from the French league. But that concludes today's episode. I'll be very interested to hear what you guys think about what centre backs I should be trying to sign. I've seen Christensen already mentioned in the comment section below, so continue to leave your suggestions and I'll continue to read and reply as usual. Thank you all so much for watching today's episode. If we could try and hit 75 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Don't forget to hit that bell button at the same time. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.